Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I salute you and greet you. We'll be meeting each other on several occasions tonight. So we have some shows that we have to put out, and the network team who is organizing me suggesting that I put these shows out. So it has to be from your questionnaires. I'm sure it's from your questionnaires, and I want to thank you very much for being interested in what I have to say. And I thank them for the work that they're doing. I'm trying to work little programs, things that I've learned to make these shows go a little better. But nonetheless, I'm happy to be here before you again. I'll say that. You see me come back and forth to you to say just that. It's always good to be in front of people who are like-minded and people who are focused. It's always good to be in front of you. We have a very familiar subject before us because he has been on the rap scene for some time, but I don't know if we'll call him a rapper. I don't know what we can call Sean Combs. Dancer, I mean, he's a business person. I don't know. I can't say he's a good business person, but they say he's a mogul, whatever they call it, mogul. I guess you could say that he has a lot of money. He's cheated a lot of people to get it, and using black people, bullying black people. So I think that's very unfortunate that our brothers and sisters have to be worried about their livelihood and their life. When you look at Mays, who is very disgusted with P. Diddy because he not only took his money, but he wouldn't even give him the rights to his own masters. So this is the stuff that we've got to stop doing. We've got to stop using one another, taking one another for granted. We got to start representing our people better than we do. We've got to do better, brothers and sisters. We've got to do better. We've got to figure some stuff out. We got to figure some stuff out and do things much better than and behave much better than we've been acting. We've got to figure some things out. And it won't happen until we get together. We've got to get together to figure some things out. We've got to get together. So I come before you this evening to talk about a serious issue called abuse and how our black women are being abused and killed. Not only black women, but also black men under the leadership or custody of those controlling the entertainment industry. There's a amount of people controlling the entertainment industry, and something has to be done about it. We have to continue to bring it up, because if we don't bring it up, then we won't have the conscience of the people. We need your conscience. There's no way that no black nationalist leader can do anything for the black community on its own. You can't do it. You can't do it. So my desire, my prayer is to put out this truth, to wake you up, so that once you're awake, you begin to start working. And you can't do that unless you're awake. There's no way that you can do it. Now, brothers and sisters, just keep in mind that this is a very difficult talk or subject for some of the individuals, especially those in New York that were close to Kim Porter. Also to Al Shore. Brother, we give you our condolences on the loss of your best friend and the mother of your oldest child. I understand that P. Diddy now has the boys in the business. That's what he says. Now he wants to play this good daddy role, but he's not a nice man. Not a nice man. Degrading young men and breaking them. You know what I mean when I say it, breaking them. And it's horrible. And our young men come to us, they should feel safe. They should feel respected. They should feel protected. But we've got individuals in Hollywood that are taking advantage of children. Because to us, that's what they are. That's what they are. Children that are trying to make and find their way in life. Want to use their talent. They should be able to find role models in the craft they're in. They should be able to find role models. And they can't find these role models because a lot of them are using them, making them sexual objects and things of that nature. These are the things that we have to fight against, brothers and sisters. We got to fight against these things. We have no right to blame the white man for troubles that we're going through from his hand if we're doing the very same thing. We have to be different. We have to be the exception to the experiences of those in our community. We have to be the exception. The exception won't happen unless we activate it. And the best way to activate it is to be an example and ensample to all of those who are looking at us. This is what God requires. God requires that we would be an example in this day. God requires that. So we have a lot of work to do in training and teaching the young men of our community. Diddy is a demon, but he's a victim too. And unfortunately, he was able to see men act in such a way that was negative to the women around them. He was able to see men manipulate other men and dehumanize them and break them down. Unfortunately, he was able to see these things, which made him a victim as well. Right? But there is a time when our eyes are open, our situations are better, right? And we have some intelligence. Well, we'll know the difference between right and wrong, right? And we pray to Allah God, Jesus, whoever you want, to put you on the right path. So it's a different, the challenge is if you don't have training and teaching, then it's different or easier to take the wrong path, right? But when we learn better, we do better, brothers and sisters. Is that right? When we learn better, we do better. We've got to learn better and then be convicted to do better. Too many of our young men have taken the occasion to beat young women, especially young black women. Because you wouldn't treat a white woman the way you treat our sisters. And that's sad. I don't think you should beat any woman. But the way many of you treat our sisters, you wouldn't dare do that to a white woman. You are a slave, right? You are a slave and bound to your own behavior. And you push this behavior off on our sisters. And unfortunately, they've grown up in families, right? Because it's a cycle where they've seen men beat women, and it's just a vicious cycle of men fighting women and women fighting men. No peace in the home being broken, right? Dysfunctional in every way possible. So we got to do better. I don't like what I'm seeing with a bunch of rap star artists, a bunch of thugs, comedian, actors, and otherwise that have come into the entertainment industry. I don't like the way they portray our women. I don't like their persona, their character. Don't like their characteristics as it relates to being a man and being a black man. Because it poses a certain nature. And it stereotypes every black man. And every black man is not running around beating his woman. He don't believe in it. Every black man is not being irresponsible toward his family. He don't believe in it. He won't leave and abandon his family for a woman. He don't believe in it. He's not cursing a woman out, calling her whores and bitches and things like that. He don't believe in it. Now, there are some women out there that are practicing whores, right? So if she's doing something and you point it out and you say you're better than that, sister, you're better than that, then you're speaking to her behavior. You're not speaking to who she is. That's the difference. So we've got to be stern enough to build up our women and strong enough to encourage them, right? Psychologically, so that they'll want better and will do better. We've got to do that. That's our challenge today. We don't want to be the quintessential black man, quintessential stereotypical black man that does everything negative against his community. This is what we're trying to break. This is what the media puts out. The media puts it out, but this is the thing that we're trying to break, because we're better than that. A real man loves his children. A real man treats his wife or a girlfriend or spouse or partner different, right, than anyone else has ever done, right, than anyone has ever done, because he loves her, right? And those things should show. Those things should show. As the old folks said, show some sign, right? Right? You should be able to show some sign. So that's our challenge. We're challenged with that today. And a lot of our young men are growing up to see black men do this to young women, and not only to women, but do it to anyone as a system of power that they desire to have, or what they interpret as power, right? And how to get it, how to acquire it. And unfortunately, the women become how do you say it? Apathetic, or they show lack of emotional interest for their own well-being when these things are happening to them, when they're being abused, sexually, physically, socially, and otherwise. And she's experiencing this abuse from the level of a black man. Black man is experiencing psychological, emotional, and sexual abuse from her. Both the black man and her is under the oppression of America, where they're being sexually exploited, socially exploited, and mentally exploited, psychologically exploited, right? Emotionally abused. And it's just a cycle that's going on. It's a continued cycle. Continued cycle. So our desire should be tonight to talk about this and to find a better way. We've got to find a better way. One thing that we never want to do, which we need to do, is house cleaning. We never want to house clean. We've got to house clean. We got a lot of things happening in our black community. A lot of things happening in our black community that we need to straighten out ourselves. There's no sense in you talking about Donald Trump winning the campaign and what's going to happen to us and all of that. No sense you talking about that when you're mistreating the black community, when you're a problem in the black community. We have a duty to do. We are challenged today. You and I are challenged. We have a great challenge in front of us to be the best black man and black woman that this world has ever seen, so we can raise the best children this world has ever seen, because this world is being turned back over to us. Brothers and sisters, the world is being turned back over to us. We have to be ready. We have to be organized when we receive it, and beating our women and killing anybody that won't let us have our way is not the right way to go. And it's with great disappointment that we're talking about P. Diddy. Great disappointment. Great disappointment. This is a dangerous man. He's a thug. Some of the brothers are saying right now, well, man, I can't believe you're talking about that black man. You're going to bring him up on this stage, this camera. You talk about him. It's, brother, I can't believe that. You're going to talk about that man that way. Brother and sister, it doesn't matter who it is. If they're damaging to our community, they need to be brought up. I don't care who it is. If you're damaging our community, I mean really damaging our community, and we know beyond a shadow of a doubt about Puffy, and it's not new to those of us from the East Coast, because there are people that's been around him that know it, been saying it for years. Just hadn't said his name, but they've been saying it for years. And Kim Porter died on our watch. She's not the only one. She's not the only one to die. Heavy D is gone. Right? What's the other one? Black Rob. Dutta Man. So many are gone. So many are gone. And all of them started out under him. And the ones that are here are scared to talk against Diddy. I wonder, what does he have on them? What does he have on him? He had a position to be able to help black people, but he sold in or bought in to sell out, to gain that corner of music and get in a place where after he got there, he could manipulate and maneuver to do whatever he wanted, because he knew that he had something that somebody wanted. He had the ability to sign a contract and make you famous. Clive Davis turned P. Diddy on to this, because P. Diddy had got in trouble at Atlantic Records. When Heavy D hired him, he got in trouble because he was doing some shady business deals. That's the truth. They got him in trouble. They didn't want to take a chance on him, so they wouldn't deal with him. That's the truth. So we've got a lot to, so much to talk about and so much to think about as it relates to this entertainment industry and the people that are controlling it and how they are controlling it and what they're doing to our people. That's a block of business that can be controlled by blacks, but we're doing the very same thing that the white man is doing to us. Taraji Henson, for instance, we're going to use this. Now, she talked about Oprah Winfrey, right? She talked about Oprah Winfrey. We're not mad at her, because she told the truth. She shamed the devil. But what about Brad Pitt and the white executive producers of the one show, Benjamin Button? She only got $500,000 out of that deal. Wait a minute. Am I right? Yeah. She only got $500,000 out of that deal. Or she may have asked for $500,000. Once she paid her crew, she only got $150,000 out of it. Right? And they're having these challenges in white Hollywood. Black Hollywood should be where you should get a better deal. Well, Puffy was doing the very same thing on the scene in the entertainment industry, which involves movies, which involves the videos, wardrobe, and all of that. But he took advantage of them. Oprah may have financially raped Taraji, but Puffy financially, physically, emotionally, and psychologically raped every artist that came through there. And while he was doing it, he was forcing Kim Porter to watch and participate. And if she wouldn't, he would beat the you-know-what out of her. And there were people that knew it. And the reason she's dead is because nobody was strong enough to come up and say it. That's the reason that Kim Porter is dead today. That's the reason she's dead today. He didn't only do Kim Porter like that. It was amazing how fast Heavy D got killed. All these people were around Puffy. And the blood trail leads to P. Diddy. We got to stop treating each other any kind of way, brothers and sisters. We have to do each other better. We can't come out of this bondage treating each other like the white man treat us. Can't do it. We can't work for crowds. I'm gonna go here because I'm gonna get a large crowd. Sometimes you may not get anybody. Do it anyway because it's right. Do it because it's right. I'm not gonna hold you long on this because I got a mouthful when I come back for the next station. But I just wanted to talk with you just a little bit to deal with your conscience. Deal with your conscience. Get it right. Get it right. People are counting on you. People are counting on you getting it right. You can't do wrong and go right. It doesn't work like that. The game of survival, right? Survival of the fittest is a game for animals. You have to do more than survive. You got to exist. And for the intelligent individual, if you're going to exist, then you're going to have to organize a group of people around you that can all benefit from each other. So it's not a game of survival. It's not survival of the fittest. It's not a game of survival. We have to exist. We can't exist destroying the Black community. We can't exist destroying the Black community. We have to find a better way. We've got to find a better way. And I believe we can find it. I believe we can find it. I believe there's so much that we can do. The first thing we got to do is humble ourselves, and we've got to find God on the inside. Your God power will bring you up to a higher nature. That's what your God power is for. It will bring you up to a higher nature. And you and I are challenged to get above this animalistic nature and get to our godly nature. Get high. Because we're not going to do it murdering our sisters, murdering our brothers, killing our children, lying to them, living any kind of way in front of them. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. We've got to do better. There is another way. There is another way. You have to submit yourself to the one and only powerful God. And after you submit yourself, you have to be willing to work while it's day. Why is that, brothers and sisters? Because when the night comes, right, no man can work. In other words, this life we only have a little time to do what we need to do in this life to make a difference. We can live a long life. We really can. We can live a long life. We just can't do it practicing the same methods that the enemy has practiced over us. We can't do it. We can't do it. There's no way that Diddy would have killed a white woman. No way that he would have treated her that way. No way at all. But because she was Black, because he was in a position that he felt was power, he took advantage of her. And he wanted to control her because she was a beautiful, intelligent Black sister and a great mother. And he didn't like the fact that he couldn't control her. And there lied the problem. She didn't want to be with him. She wanted to go and live her life and be professional. She got tired of that old drug dealing attitude, gothic attitude. You look at Beyonce, you know, I pray that she's not the next one on the list. I really do. Because Jay-Z is a dangerous man. He's not a nice man. He looks nice. He looks innocent, but he's not. And a lot of people are complaining, including Solange, about the hell that she's in. And when you look at Beyonce, she even looks high. She don't even look the same. What will we do to save our community, brothers and sisters? We talk about the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man. Well, tonight, I'm talking about the Black man, the Black man, the Black man, the Black man, and his woman too. Talking about his woman too. that we have to do better, we have to want better, and we have to be better in our community in order to change it. You weren't made to be a killer and a controller of your people. As a matter of fact, you were taught to love life and to have that more abundantly. Isn't that in the word? It's in the word, right? It's in the word. And we need to understand who God is within ourselves. And we have to reach inside of ourselves and grab that piece of God to save our community in whatever area that we're in. Because God is raising up individuals that's going to stand for him. It's going to take over all these places where the devil is, because the devil is in the entertainment community. The devil is in it. God is coming to change that. He's going to separate the right from the wrong. How the old folks say God's going to move all over this land. Nothing but the righteous will be able to stand. That's why I'm telling you to be righteous. He's going to separate the right from the wrong someday. God's going to do that. Will you be ready when he comes? That's the question. I don't know about you, brothers and sisters, but I want to be ready. I want to be ready when he comes. I'm going to read, I got to read a little bit of the Quran in the Bible to you. I got to do it. I got to be that uncle for you. I got to be that uncle. I think the sister, Monique, said her babies. I'm going to be your uncle. You're going to be my nephew and nieces. I'm going to be your uncle. And I'm going to read this Quran to you. I'm going to read that to you so you'll know. And so we can come off of here. I'll be seeing you again. But I got to read a little bit of the Quran to you. Is that all right? Is that all right? I pray it is, because I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. I love you all, brothers and sisters. I love you so much. I want what's best for you. I want what's best for you. I know they say, oh man, he's like, oh man. I hear that all the time. But I just want what's best for you. I want you to have some good knowledge. I don't want you to leave from here and not have something I put on your heart and something in your ears. You got to have something on your heart and something in your ears. And when you get it on your heart and in your ears, you'll find this strong sensation on your forehead, because then you'll start shining with the true light, right? And salvation that is in you. So read from the 19th surah of Miriam. We're not going to go very far. And I'm looking at the 19th surah of Miriam, or the 19th chapter, surah. We say surah of Miriam or Mary in the Quran. And at the 27th verse. And it reads, then she returned to her people, carrying him. And they said in shock, O Mary, you have certainly done a horrible thing. O sister of Aaron, your father was not an indecent man, nor was your mother unchaste. She pointed to the baby. They exclaimed, how can we talk to someone who is an infant in the cradle? Jesus declared, the baby Jesus talks. Jesus declared, I am truly a servant of God, Allah. He has destined me to be given the scripture and to be a prophet. He has made me a blessing wherever I go. He bid me to establish prayer and give alms tax as long as I live, and to be kind to my mother. He has not made me arrogant or defiant. Peace be upon me, the day I was born, the day I die, and the day I will be raised back to life. So brothers and sisters, that's something that you don't find in the King James Version, but the Quran said that baby Jesus taught and told them that he was a gift from God, right? And the black man is a gift from God. And see, Jesus was black. And the white man knows, if I tell them that Jesus talked as a baby, oh my God, because he already knows that you're miraculous. And Jesus could talk from a baby. That's not odd. He wasn't the only one. He could talk. There was the Spirit of God speaking through him. And you got to know that. Spirit of God was speaking through him. What does John say about it? right? It's the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. John is the fourth gospel of the New Testament, right? After Mark, you got, or rather Matthew, you got Mark, then Luke, and then there's John. We read from John, right? We read from John. We're going to do it again. The most important part of it, when John chapter 1, it says, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning. So the Quran and the King James Version is saying the very same thing. They bear witness that Jesus was the Son of God, and he bear witness by speaking this. John records it. The book of Millere records it in the Quran. So brother and sister, with God, all things are possible. We can change this world around if we get the right spirit. Jesus said, what I've done, ye shall do greater things. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? And we are what? Brothers and sisters in what? Christ, who's called Jesus, the deliverer, right? So certainly. So I'm thankful, brothers and sisters. I'm going to let you go. We're on the mark tonight. When I let you go, we got to have our exit music. I just love our exit music because it's got so much deliverance in it, right? We sing songs. Songs really supposed to be about our deliverance. But many of us are running around here singing every other song except the song to build us up. And you wonder why these men are leaving us with so many babies, right? Leaving our women with so many babies. Yeah, that's what you're putting in front of them. You put it in front of a man. You nice looking sisters get in front of a man, you'll break him down. We just want you to have the right spirit, though. You got to have the right spirit, brothers and sisters. Right? So when that man see a woman, he'll see a godly woman and a respectable woman. And if she don't have any respectability, his spirit, him having the right spirit, right, will make her respectable, and her having the right spirit will make him respectable. That's why I like the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Message to the black man, right? A wonderful message to the black man. Is that right? Message to the black man. That message. Message to the black man. Because in that message, there's salvation, there's help. The message wasn't sent to any other man except the black man. Is that right or wrong? Is that right or wrong? Message was sent to the black man. Because the black man is suffering in the hells of North America. Brothers, don't abuse your women. Don't beat women. Don't beat your kids. Love your children, protect them. I'm not telling you not to chastise them, but they're not punching bags. They're not beating posts. Don't do that. Educate yourself so you can educate your children. Get the right spirit in you so that our children will have the right spirit in them. That is our desire and prayer. That is what God is teaching us. Let the same what? Spirit be in you, or the same God be in you that is in Christ Jesus. Isn't that right for the Christian? Right? For the Muslim, our job is to have total submission to God Allah. Total, absolute, 100% submission that we may be able to do the will of God while we're alive on this earth. Work while it's day, because the night cometh when no man can work. So brothers and sisters, that's all I have before you today. I'm very happy to have come before you, and I thank you for your patience. I will be looking forward to 7:30 to get the rest of that word out. Bless you, brothers and sisters. If I didn't say it to you in the beginning, I say it now. Assalamu alaikum. I salute you.